Hey yo, I'm back again. It's Prince from A Prince's podcast. We're gonna talk about. I'm gonna be discussing or just breaking down the use of media. You know, to make us dumb down, not make us think. Like in the past, we used to have like radio and just TV. Now these are very powerful medias, but they're also very dangerous medias because of propaganda. Now propaganda is when a certain party uses a platform to tell you something in order to make you think in a specific way, which is what politicians do a lot. They will use media to make you follow their instructions inadvertently, without forcing you. So they'll give you, like, when you watch TV and there's political ads. They say, vote for us because of this and that, and you know, when you look at it once, it doesn't mean anything, and it doesn't really matter. But when it keeps coming back again and again and again, especially at the time when most people are watching TVs, then it programs you. It sets a message in your head when you decide to go voting. That message tells you that, hey, think of this. Vote. When you touch that ballot paper in your mind, it says, hey, vote this or vote that, because uh, usually people have a problem with their government. Now they'll use that against the ruling party. They'll just show you all their wrongs, and they'll say, oh, this party's doing that, vote for us. We won't do this, we won't do that, we won't act like them, we'll take care of you, we'll be better. For example, in South Africa, they always promise people houses, better jobs, more equality, and all of that, you know but it seldomly ever works. Now, that was in the past. Now they found a way to really get to you, by using computers or your phones. Whenever you're on the computer or on your phone, there's always pop-ups, and you don't know why. These are subliminal messages to make you think about things that even if you don't want them, but you're gonna end up purchasing. Even if you don't like a certain party, you're gonna end up voting for them. If you don't agree with certain views, but you're gonna end up aligning yourself to them because they're being programmed into your mind. And we don't realize that, and we don't even notice that, most of us. When it just pops up, you just close the ad. But one day you're going to open that ad and really look at what they're talking about, and you're going to assume that whatever they're talking about is okay. Just the same as medicines. A lot of people take medications that they don't need because they think it solves whatever their problem is. But to tell you the truth, if however these medications actually solve the problems, then the pharmaceutical companies would actually crash and they wouldn't make money anymore. So that's the secret. Solving a problem makes you not get money from it anymore. You know, if however if there's a, like they say, there's a cure for cancer, there's a cure for AIDS and all of that. But think about it. If ever these things really cured the problem, will the companies that are manufacturing these medications still be in business? They'd be broke, because that's just the concept of business. You know, there's marketing, there's sales, and then there's management. Marketing is creating a market. Creating a demand. Sales is supplying. You know, that's where the money comes in. And marketing, management is managing the product, managing the company, making sure that you keep an eye on managing the sales, and basically you're keeping an eye on the supply and demand, making sure that there's always supply and there's always demand. Because if those two fail, then your company will go down. So basically, marketing, that's where these ads come from. They make you believe that you need something. So that's where all this media comes in. That's why you have all these pop-ups. That's why you have all these ads, all these things suggesting to you, whispering in your ear that, yo, you need aspirin, you need whatever, whatever, whatever. Because you have to remember that in the past, people were using like herbs and all of that. But with new medicines, because there isn't enough herbs, they try to create synthetic ones. And that's where the real problem is. When you use something unreal to create something real, or to fix something real, then you're causing a new problem because it'll never be as good as the actual product. And that's where we find these major problems today. Everything is synthetic. The people are synthetic. Women make fake butts and fake boobs and everything synthetic. And after a while, these things cause problems because they're not natural. They're not meant to be used in that way because everything that's synthetic expires, unlike things that are natural. With herbs, you can keep them forever. And whenever you use them, they will still be fine. They don't expire. As long as you dry them, they don't expire, they don't rot. They'll be always, as long as you keep them in a safe place. So unlike medications, all medications have an expiry date because they are not real products. They're manufactured in a lab, you know. So that's what you have to remember as a person because you have a real, natural, and biological, non-synthetic body. So when you start putting things that are not supposed to be there, in the long run, it's going to create a problem. But these people that make these ads, these people that own these companies, they don't care. They want to create a problem so they can create a new solution. It's like it's like when you go fishing, and these people that are running these companies, they're the fishers, and then or the fisherman, and then we are the fish. They gotta find a way to hook us, and if one way fails, they'll try another way. And once they've actually caught us and they see that we're losing interest, they gotta find another way to reel us in again. And we always keep falling for this because that's what they've done, and that's what they'll always keep doing. It doesn't matter how better the technology gets. It's not so much for us as it is for them. For example, when you're on the internet and you're Googling sites or whatever, Google keeps those stats. That's why sometimes when you're on things like YouTube or whatever, they put up stuff that's relevant to your previous searches, and then you don't even notice that you're being profiled. But that's the thing. They doing the same thing when you're on your phone or whatever it is you do that's on the internet or that's technology related. It's like it's a log of everything you do, so they know what you do, when you do it, why you do it. So as a person, you shouldn't be predictable. You shouldn't rely so much on technology. You should try to distance yourself from technology because with social media, they already know everything you say, everything you do. So if you're a threat to them, they'll find a way to sort you out. They'll either put you in jail or find a way to kill you or whatever. They'll do something. That's why you should be wary or very careful when you're on the internet about what you say, what you do. And now they're also integrating their systems with better internet topologies or technologies, because now they can spy on you. As long as they have your number or whatever, they can switch on your microphone, switch on your camera without you even knowing it. That's why sometimes you're buying data or whatever, and when you check, your data is gone. You don't even know what happened or why. It's because that's what they're doing. They're switching on your phone, they're switching on your camera, they can see who you are, where you are, and all of that. I'm sure you saw on Fast and Furious when they introduced God's eye. Inadvertently, that movie was telling us what's going on in the world today. It's not just on the movie. This is what's really, really going on. They can do that anytime and place, so be careful. That's why there's people on the internet or on YouTube telling you that no, if you want to use your devices successfully without being spied on, disconnect the cameras or whatever, or just disable them. Because if you just disable them software wise, then that doesn't really help. These people can actually control your phone and make it do whatever they want it to do. It can go through your emails, it can go through your pictures, everything. They can go through your phone and do whatever they want. You wouldn't even notice or pay it any mind. But that's the world we live in today. It's not safe. We're living in serious dangers. So there is like other ways you can do that. You can like on your internet or on your phone right now, you can download a VPN, just virtual private networking, that they can't eavesdrop into your phone or whatever. And then if they check your IP address, how they find you is using your IP address, because every device has an IP address and it's related to your country and the area that you're in. Now with the VPN, it always scrambles it and makes them and shows up like you're not where you said you were. So you can also do it in other ways because there's other things that the government doesn't want to know you about. Now you have the internet as you know it. And there's the internet as you do not know it. Trust me, it is a whole lot more vast than you know. For example, you have the basic internet, the one that we use every day, normal people use every day, and then you have the dark web, you know, which is where all sorts of criminal activities happen. It's bigger than the standard web we use. The dark web is just a whole other world. It can be good and it can be evil, because people post very distasteful things there, which not everybody will be comfortable with, understandably, because it has a freedom unlike the current web. They can't really find you if ever you use like the correct software for it. You can download the Tor browser, which at the end of the website it uses onions. So you can do that, but it's a danger as well because government agencies know that this exists and they tend to reel people in pretending to be suppliers or buyers of whatever products they use. For example, some people there sell drugs, some people there sell videos, kill people, you get snipers and all sorts of things like that. All these crazy things that are happening in the world, chances are they found each other there, these people. you know so that's the kind of stuff that happens there. And then you have the deep web. Now this is a whole other world. It's like a universe where everything happens and where everything is. But you gotta be careful when you like go to the deep web or the dark web, because things might happen that you're not ready for, and you might end up in danger, because you might think that you're just browsing, but somebody's keeping an eye on you, because there's crazy people out there. Hackers are always there, and some of them are just looking for people to expose and do all sorts of things for. That's why you have to install a VPN, and so that when you're in the dark web or the deep web, people can just find where you are and go through your stuff. Because some people have nudes and sex videos of themselves or whatever. Now, what people don't know is that as you are going through the web, there's somebody on the other side that can also go through your stuff. That's why you have to install a VPN, you know, because something can just pop up like an ad, and it's something that you like. Then you click, but it could show you something that it could lead you to the right direction, but it could also be a window into your computer, into your life, because programming is very, very intricate and very dangerous. You don't know what happens or what the program does. You only know what it shows you. It's like the government. The government. Whenever you think they're doing something, that's not really what's happening. Something much bigger is happening on the other side. So basically, the web is like that. So my people, watch out, look out, be wary, especially on social media. Install your VPNs. Do whatever it takes to keep your private business private. you know People might say I'm making this up or whatever, but remember at a point, there was an issue in America that people were buying laptops or notebooks, and the camera didn't go off. Camera was always on, watching what they're doing. It got so serious that they had to get a court order to make the government or whoever was doing that stop doing that, because it's very legal. It's very legal to eavesdrop or like keep an eye at people without permission, you know with the right of privacy. There's all sorts of bill of rights and whatever. As people, they expect us to respect that, these governments, but they don't. They do all sorts of things to us, and we people are too okay with it. It's fine, it'll be better. It won't get better, it keeps getting worse. We need to fight for our rights, our right to live, our right to raise our kids, our right to be successful, our right for everything. So I won't make this any longer. uh just be safe out there, whatever you do. you know Take care of yourself. Don't be too loud, because they're watching. They might come for you anytime. Be careful, and watch out for these uh, uh, social media trips. Just out of the blue, just try not to be on social media for a week or a month. Try not to watch pointless TV for a week or a month, and just try to do something positive. You realize you will change psychologically as a person, and find something better to do with your time. Just stay away from the norm. Stop being normal or being like everybody, because I know people be on social media all day. They watch TV all day. Now that's a lot of time that you could be doing something else to improve your life. Let's not do what is expected of us, of the government, to be blind of what's happening. Let's open our eyes, and just change our lives for the better, for our future. You know what I mean? So in any case, says me. Your boy, a prince from a Princess podcast. Love, peace, and happiness. Later.